The final video in our series covering the Canons of Rhetoric is an overview of the canons of memory and delivery. The canon of memory is sometimes referred to as the lost canon because we no longer suggest that individuals memorize their speeches. When the Romans were training orators or speakers, they did not have computers readily available to type out a speech or prepare notes for a presentation. Thus, they taught individuals how to memorize their speeches, and originally this canon contained guidelines for better memorization. Today we teach that using memorized delivery is not a good idea because typically if a speaker forgets a few words, he or she will get very flustered and then be thrown off track by the rest of the speech. So when it comes to the canon of memory, the guideline is simple. Practice your speech enough so that you know your main points. In essence, the canon of memory suggests that you memorize your main points. That way, if the rest of your speech is delivered extemporaneously, meaning that you've carefully prepared your speech, but you're choosing the majority of your words as you deliver the speech, you're still fully aware of the main ideas you need to cover as you present. This will enable you to be more confident when delivering your speech. Memorizing your main points makes it much easier to adopt the extemporaneous delivery style we're looking for in this class. The canon of delivery will give you guidelines needed to learn how to deliver a speech extemporaneously, as well as how to use your body and your voice to keep your audience engaged with you and your message. We'll cover delivery early this semester as we cover Chapter 14, but important things to remember include: make meaningful eye contact with everyone in your audience. This means that you should be scanning your audience and making eye contact with each audience member for at least a few seconds during your speech. You don't want to stare at an audience member for too long, and you don't want to neglect one part of the room. Instead, you want to scan the room and hold eye contact with each audience member for a few seconds during each speech. That way, every audience member should be noticing your eye contact. You also want to make sure that your facial expressions are friendly and pleasant. You want to convey through your face that you are a friendly person that the audience could easily talk to. In other words, if you look friendly, your audience is more likely to feel a connection with you and your speech. Thus, even if you have a very serious speech that covers topics that are serious or sad, you're going to want to make sure that there are places in your speech, likely the introduction and conclusion, that enable you to be a bit less serious and adopt a more friendly face. Do note a friendly disposition doesn't mean that you need to be grinning from ear to ear. Rather, a friendly disposition means that your facial expressions tend to be pleasant enough that someone might stop in a store to ask you if you know where something is, even though they know that you don't work there. A pleasant expression will make you appear approachable and friendly, and will inspire your audience to listen to you. The final piece of advice I have for you is to make sure that you're speaking conversationally. You really do want your speech to be received as if it were just a conversation you were having with a friend. A conversational tone will help to build closeness and good feelings between you and your audience. So, the canons of memory and delivery highlight the importance of knowing the main points of your speech so you can truly adopt an extemporaneous style, and practicing strong delivery techniques so that your audience is best able to receive and be moved by your message.